Hello, and welcome to The Green Team, the weird little spin-off podcast where patrons of the Legendarium discuss topics that Craig and the crew haven't gotten around to yet. I'm Little Red Book, and today I have with me Kipton.
Heyo.
Panda.
Hi.
And Chesky.
Hey, everybody.
We're doing a second round of Circle of Deviations, which bears no relationship to Craig's Wheel of Tangents episodes, and you can tell because I am drawing the questions out of my dad's nifty pith helmet. So, first question. This is mine. If you were a cocktail, what would you be?
I would be a Shirley Temple. I cannot hold my liquor very well.
Oh my god.
But if I could, I mean, I can drink alcohol, but I'm also mostly allergic. So anyway, gin and tonic, but an infused gin and tonic. So it's not just gin and tonic. Lavender infused. That would be nice.
Gin is gross. What about you, Kip?
Most gins are gross.
Disagree.
Off the top of my head, I think I would be a lemon drop because I'm sour, sweet, and very bright and colorful.
I love it.
I love it too. Chesky would be a 2-liter of Mountain Dew.
Yes, I don't drink, so I don't know any cocktails.
Do you want to be a Shirley Temple with me?
No. I've decided. Sorry.
Sad.
I would just be a whiskey and Coke. Simple, straightforward. There you go.
Nice.
Okay, so this is from Cannon Fodder. It's from Cannon Fodder, and it's a question that the main pod had on their last episode. What would be the most absurd feature in your dream house?
A sprinkler system that cleans for me. I just batten down the hatches and then I press a button and my house gets sprayed with bleach.
Wait,
Nice.
but wouldn't that ruin any art that you had on the wall?
Not if it's already protected.
Or it's magic bleach.
I was just gonna say it's a magical
Nope.
sprinkler system.
It was that feature was in a Tamora Pierce book and for a laboratory, and I loved it.
Oh, I haven't. Oh wait, it must be Circle of Magic.
Yep, in the fourth Circle of Magic book, there's a laboratory which gets steam cleaned every night, and I was like, that sounds great.
You know, that reminds me. There are toilets in France where you when you do your business, right, and you come out, it self-cleans. The problem is that the toilet paper gets wet because there's no protection for the toilet paper. So you walk in and it's all wet of a room and wet toilet paper. But the idea is nice.
I feel like there should be a little I don't know. Either you have single serving toilet paper in in a sealed dispenser, which is water resistant, or that's a bidet.
Yeah. It could be just that one unit that I went to that was not properly provisioned, but the idea was nice. The toilet paper was soggy.
I know a lot of Scandinavian bathrooms, the whole thing is tiled and the shower is just at a slightly lower elevation than the rest of the room. And so you just hose down the whole bathroom and then just squeegee it into the shower.
Yeah. In at least in Taiwan, it's also similar. We have those.
Very sensible.
Chesky, what about you?
I would create a room with bookshelves on every wall, which I know is not super unrealistic, but I don't have that many bookshelves yet. So I would love it to have a room with just full bookshelves, a nice comfy chair, perfect lighting.
This is not absurd.
Yeah, that's not absurd. If there was literally a bookshelf on every single wall of the house, that might be absurd. Even the tiny little mudroom fourth wall still has a bookshelf on it.
Or the under the stairs closet.
All four walls of every bathroom has bookshelves.
I'm not
God.
that absurd. Okay. The only other thing I would have is a secret passageway in my house. But I mean, that's kind of just a cliche absurd thing in your house. So
no, it's an amazing thing. Who doesn't want
you and Ryan would get along well. I think that's what Ryan said for his.
I know. So
secret passageways are great.
Yeah.
I have a friend
That's
with
why
one.
I have them.
Wait, are there spiders in your secret passageway?
No, it would be strictly bug free.
Oh, good. Okay.
It hides your reading room from the in-laws, right? Isn't that the goal of Secret Passageways? I don't have in-laws, but these are the jokes I hear.
It hides my house, the rest of my house from my in-laws. They can only get to
Okay.
one.
Oh dear.
It hides the laundry room.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Panda, what absurd thing do you want in your house?
Okay. I would like a glass dome roof that is shatterproof. It's perfectly safe. And I want it in like be the roof of my reading room so that it can also double as like like a kind of sunroom, but not too hot because it's not all the walls are glass. And at night, I can lay there with my books and look up at the night sky. But I guess that also would assume that I can actually see the night sky and not just like city light pollution.
Your absurd dream house is obviously in the country somewhere. You can't see
it's somewhere further out of the city.
And not in the Pacific Northwest because there's a great deal of time where we cannot see the sky because of clouds.
Well, yes.
Hey, Maine, fantastic.
Maybe I'll move to
Fantastic
Maine.
light.
Or maybe I'll move to Alaska. I don't know.
Oh, even better. You get the northern lights there.
Exactly. Yes.
Ooh, I would like to
Except
see the northern lights.
You also get the incredibly small amount of sun in the winter.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Hey, look at it this way. Lots of stars.
I was just going to say, lots of stars.
I guess be careful what you wish for. Anyway, I'll stick by my answer.
There's a similar tower to that in one of my favorite pieces of fantasy, where the roof is there, but the tower walls are completely glass, and it's such a clear, like magically clear glass that you can't tell it's there unless you're basically like touching it.
Wait, how tall is this tower?
So it's just the top floor that has the clear walls.
Okay, but how tall is this tower? Is this like 2 stories?
I think it's like 3 stories.
3. Okay, 3 is maybe doable because I have a fear of heights. So like
And
without
the house itself is at an island in the middle of a river at the top of a waterfall.
Okay, I would freak out. Yeah.
Gorgeous house.
Gorgeous. I would freak out.
If I had my most absurd feature would be magical servants, such as in that house.
She went the fantasy way. Okay, all right.
Is that like a feature of the house?
Yes,
it is a feature of the house.
Servants don't generally come with houses.
Yeah, you can't take it with you.
You cannot take the magical servants from the house. No, they are stationary. They only like serve that house and its grounds.
They're tied to the house. Okay.
They are.
Indeed, and I want them.
Well, you better pick a really good house that you want to live in forever. And
I would live in that house.
Oh, I would live in that house too. That house is amazing, and so are its gardens. Every bit of that house is amazing.
What if they're really bad servants?
It's magic.
Some of them are.
But
I'd still take them. The servants have very strong ideas about how that house is supposed to be maintained.
They're very much the senior servant trope of like Victorian literature.
I see. I don't know if I want that, but I'll visit.
Okay, well, you come visit me in my magic house on an island with above the waterfall.
Maybe.
This is from the solution. What is one fantasy item that you would want in real life to help you with your daily chores or lifestyles with no big changes?
I'd go with like a bag of holding, or I don't remember the full name, but it's the handy haversack. Just more storage, like near not infinite, but a good amount of storage that's lightweight and easy to move things around.
I mean, the first thing. Oh, go ahead.
To one up you there, Jesky.
Sure.
I would take the portable hole, which allows you to basically carry around a room that you can then attach to any like flat surface.
How big of a change is the no big change?
I don't know.
Part of that
I
question.
didn't write the question.
No, I'm just
I would carry around a gaming room everywhere I went.
Oh, I mean, what I think of is just like the wands in Harry Potter, because you can do all sorts of spells to
That's a big
facilitate.
change.
Is
Yeah,
it?
Yes.
Wait, and carrying around a gaming room is not a big
Nope.
change? What?
Not a big change.
I said it was
That
a
is a
big
niche
change.
use.
I
It's very
pushed
niche.
back, but
I don't. I don't understand what this no big changes qualifier is here.
Okay.
Like a
Well,
wand
there's-
is a whole
Hey,
new
you wanna-
lifestyle.
yeah.
And a bag of holding wouldn't be like. Think of all the things that you could stash in there.
Very convenient, but nothing that like you couldn't get with just like having two servants carry around a chest.
Yeah, or like
behind you.
I still have to go to
If
work.
I had two
I don't
servants to
have,
carry
like,
around a chest,
infinite
that would be a
power.
big lifestyle change. Just saying.
But I didn't get unlimited power from the wand to cast any spell. You know, I have to actually
Yeah.
put it in
I
the
mean-
bag, pull it out of the bag.
Like the ability to mind control people is a little OP compared to
can
the
I just-
ability to carry around a couple more things.
Panda, Panda, I will allow it. I will
Okay,
take your
great.
side. You could have a Harry Potter wand, all the Harry Potter wands you want, unicorn inside oak or
Fine.
whatever.
I mean, I'll just have a magic wand that I can do magic with. That only helps with chores.
A very specialized wand. Only chores.
Only chores, okay?
Have you seen The Wizard's Apprentice? That turned out very badly for Mickey.
Well, he didn't know how to use it, and he fell asleep.
Anna knows the right lessons from that story.
Yeah.
Kids, if you're listening, don't listen to me. I don't know
All
what
the
kid
kids.
listens.
Well, I did make my kids listen to an episode
Oh,
because I was
well.
mad at them. Which
Okay.
probably doesn't
Wait,
say a lot
creative
for a
punishment.
podcast.
Green team
Our
as
episode-
punishment. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, they wouldn't shut up, and I'm like, okay, you've read this book now. Listen to Mom talk about this book with Kip and Era.
Oh goodness. Uh,
I was
what
even an
item would
episode I
you
was
choose,
on.
Little Red?
Oh, I choose Bob from Dresden
No
Files.
big changes, sure.
That's
I
why I'm
haven't
allowing
read it.
Okay, well, Bob is a mystical spirit that lives inside a skull. And
Can I change my answer?
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Fine. I'll take the
But I get Bob.
Necronomicon.
Hey, at least I qualified mine that mine is limited to just chores. Okay.
Well,
Bob is
I wanna-
just a magical spirit of intellect. That's all he is.
Mm-hmm.
I can
mhm.
ask
With,
him
like,
for stock.
a
What?
huge repository of knowledge about everything.
I mean, is Google
Wait, how-
a huge change?
Oh, that's a good point.
It's like Google in your pocket. Only it's Google in a skull.
Mhm.
Little Red has a point.
I would just assume having Bob gives you access to like the magic as well, but whatever.
No,
well,
he
the
doesn't.
thing is, like, would
If we're
Bob
going
be
to
able
take-
to do your chores for you?
No, Bob can't do anything like that.
Yeah. It just
He
talks
won't
at
do my
you.
chores. He just tells me stuff.
There
Okay.
you go.
If we can just have a book, then I take the Wizarding Manual from the Diane
Young
Duane's
Wizard?
Young Wizard
Yeah.
series,
Yeah.
which contains the collected knowledge of the universe.
Of course.
No big deal.
It's
No
not
big
a
deal.
minor-
No big
not a
deal. I
major
don't
change
actually
at
get
all.
magical powers from it. I just, get to know everything that ever was or will be.
How does that help you
Fine.
with your chores?
He
You're
knows the
obsessing with
optimum
chores.
ratio
Like
of,
this
like,
question is
bleach to
not about
everything.
chores.
It
It literally
says
says in the question.
It says in the
it
how
says
question.
to help
much
you with your daily chores
chore-
or lifestyle.
Lifestyle, and Bob would help me with my lifestyle because if I
Bob
knew
would help
everything
you
that
with
Bob
your
knows, it would
lifestyle.
help my lifestyle.
Sure, the collected knowledge of the universe will help me with my lifestyle too.
Okay. Stop.
I don't
Investigate.
understand how that
Investigate.
works, but all
Look,
right.
I'm stealing Jim Butcher's actual answer to this question from the episode he was on. He would have Bob help him invest.
Okay, fine. I guess that can help you with your lifestyle.
It could
All right.
indeed.
What's the next one?
What's the worst thing you've ever done? From LS, from Lady
Ooh.
Sweden, our #1 fan. And the worst thing that Chesky's ever done is give me a bunch of questions a bunch of people already answered.
No.
2 people already answered.
Hmm?
The worst
wait.
thing or the most stupid thing?
Worst thing I ever did was sell my Bitcoin when it was too early.
Oh no. It's the most stupid thing, though. You're correct. It's not the worst thing. It's the most stupid thing.
I don't have like a worse thing or a stupid thing, but I have like one of my most embarrassing memories.
Mm.
Yeah. So I was at a restaurant with a some friends, kind of in my same age group, and it was in the morning, and the adult with us had taken us there, and we were getting ready to leave after breakfast. So all the plates are like super sticky and syrupy and have jam on them, and we're at a booth, and so I put one arm on the side of the table, and one arm on the back of the booth, and because I was sitting on my knees because I'm short, very short, so I pushed up to lift myself up off so I could kind of swing my legs out. And the table was not bolted down. And so the table, after we
Oh
had
no.
finished eating everything, tipped over and knocked all the food off. The food was gone mostly, but like all the plates fell everywhere. It was so loud. Everybody turned and stared at me. The waitress was like, she would be like, "Oh, could we like help you clean it up because we just made a mess?" And she just was like, "No, like leave." And I was like,
Get
"That's
out of
super."
here.
And
Oh.
I've never been back to the restaurant ever.
Oh
And I
dear.
was probably 12 to 14 in that range.
I'm
Oh,
sure that
okay.
they
Oh,
totally would recognize you if you went
I'm
back.
sure. I don't think the restaurant even exists technically anymore. Like the store building does, but I think it's changed hands at least once. But yeah, it was very, very embarrassing for poor 12-year-old Chesky.
Oh.
Poor little Chesky.
So we're answering most stupid thing? Is that?
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because it was
mean, that's
stupid to push.
kind of like my life every day. So.
Oh, Panda, that's not true.
Mm.
Joining Green Team?
I do have one other stupid thing I've done, which,
Mm.
if I hadn't been very lucky, like may have been potentially lethal. So that's
Yeah, that
uh,
definitely
one
qualifies as
time I was installing a new 150 kilowatt power supply
Oh gosh.
to a sputtering chamber, and it was a fire sale unit from a company that had literally had their factory catch on fire. And so it was potentially damaged, and we knew this, and we like checked it out, and like this one didn't seem to be hurt. But when we plugged it in, it didn't work. And so I attempted to troubleshoot it, and it turned out that it hadn't, something in it was wrong, and it hadn't properly been isolated from static buildup.
Oh.
And so it was generating a charge inside of itself the entire time it was plugged in.
Oh.
And eventually that charge discharged in a bolt of lightning to the ceiling, where I was playing around with the water cooling valves with a 3-foot long wrench in
no.
my hand.
Oh no.
And if that had gone through the wrench and me into the piping, I might not be here right now. But it
Oh my
didn't. So
gosh.
yay.
Yeah, jeez. I was going to ask if you're troubleshooting with percussive maintenance, but it sounds like it wasn't.
No, you don't whack a 150 kilowatt power supply.
I don't have anything to top that, man. I mean, let's see. I was driving up from San Francisco on 101, and I took a corner too fast and nearly killed myself and my friend. So there's that. But it
Oh.
was right
This
outside
question
of
took an
Florence.
unexpectedly dark turn.
You
Yes.
really did. So here's
How
happier-
young were you?
I was 19 or so.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
I just took the corner too fast. I just took it too fast. I wasn't paying attention. I was eating my chicken nuggets as I was driving with my friend. Almost killed us.
Oh man.
Right.
Here's the solution: ban chicken nuggets in the car. There you go.
So, on a happier note, or at least a funnier note, did Panda say something stupid that she did?
Okay, it's more along the lines of embarrassing, like kind of what Chesky said. I can be very awkward. I don't know if you've noticed. I can be very awkward.
No.
No, you're great.
You are not awkward at all, ever.
Well, you will. Yep. So I was in New York, and there's this group of filmmakers that I've followed for a while. And there was this person that just walked in front of me. I was in a subway station, and somebody walked by me, and I was like, oh, this person looks very familiar. And it took me a sec to place where I've seen this person. I was like, oh, it's this filmmaker that I've admire. And I decided that I couldn't not say anything to this person. And so
Brave.
yeah. And I went up to this person, which they were with other people from their filmmaking crew. And instead of being a normal person that went like, "Hello, are you so and so?" I went up to this person, I poked them in their arm, and I
What?
said, "I know who you are." And I was like, "Wait, what did I just
Amanda.
do?" And then this person just gives me this look like, um, "We're really busy," and like went back looking on his phone. And I was like, "Okay, just wanted to say hi." And then for whatever reason, I don't even know if this question was directed at me, but they're like either talking to themselves or talking to me, and they're like, "Do you know where the platform to Astoria is?" And I happened to know, and I was like, "Oh, it's upstairs." And then my train came. I waved goodbye to them, and I got on and left. And that's it. I have no idea if, anyway, I don't know what else happened after that because I was not there.
I know who you are. That's so
I
great.
cannot meet people that I admire, okay? Because I will get very, very weird and awkward.
Weren't you on the Erickson podcast?
Right?
Yes. Yes. But see, here's the thing. That was virtual, so that helps. If I'm in close proximity, then I was also super awkward with Pierce Brown and some other people, and it just, yes. No.
So when I meet you at the PDX meetup, I'm going to totally poke you and say, "I know who you are." I know you.
Yeah, they didn't think I was creepy or anything. Now
Oh,
you
dear.
know.
So this is from Red Army Ian. When is the planned takeover of the regular podcast?
So you mean Red Amerlin?
I'm
Red
pretty sure it's
Emerlin?
Red Army Ian.
Red
Isn't it?
Army Ian.
Yeah,
Is it
but
Red Amerlin?
I kind of read his name as Red Amerlin for a couple years, and I'm
Yeah,
sticking
I know,
to it.
but it's not. It's not. You're wrong.
Red Emerlin sounds more fantasy-esque.
I thought he was a woman for a very long time.
Oh no!
It's okay. I
I
thought
just
Panda
thought he
was a boy
liked-
for a very long time.
I just thought he liked the Wheel of Time a lot.
I just
Yep.
thought he was a commie. I mean,
You
No,
two do get along pretty well, huh?
we do.
So I've already taken over the regular podcast. I don't know when you two and you three are going to do it.
So here's the plan. We're not gonna take over the main pod. We're just gonna slowly get them to become regulars on our pod. That's it.
We'll tempt them to Green Team.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we've already got
Stephanie and Megan.
Stephanie, Ken's coming on, Stephanie's coming on again. Hopefully Megan's coming on again. I'm trying to figure out how to seduce Todd.
Or Craig.
Okay, that sounded wrong.
That sounds very wrong.
I
He's a
didn't mean
married
that way.
man.
And then when we get all of the podcast members on Green Team, it'll be Rainbow Team, and we'll be happy.
Yay. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
No.
Cut that out.
No.
So
Tell
they've got
us.
red, they've got blue, they've got purple, they've got like teal.
Well, I was gonna say, why was it not the purple team? Because blue and red make purple.
Ask Horizon.
Okay, never mind.
They have purple teams occasionally,
Yeah, they
like
have
when
purple
the
teams.
pod
Oh,
members
okay.
switch.
Oh,
They call them
okay.
purple teams
Yeah.
sometimes.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, never mind. Just kidding. So you see, you can cut that out.
Oh no, it's staying.
No.
Yeah, leave it all in. Leave it all in.
Boo. What's next?
So, longer or shorter books?
Medium.
Medium. As I read one of the most
Look.
notorious long books series around. I have to read a chapter to record about.
I like
They've
medium
both got their
books.
strengths, but I like long books.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's
Mm,
for me, it's a very mood related thing.
Yeah.
A really well done short story is just great.
Agreed.
But man, I do love my long books. I really do.
Well, A long book gives me a longer time in between having to choose a new book.
Is that a
Oh,
problem?
That's a
Seriously a
reason.
problem.
Okay,
You
if I
don't
really
seem
had
like. Oh, sorry.
if
Go
I
ahead.
really had to choose, I would choose shorter because I would get to read more broadly, more quickly. I like to hop around. I have commitment issues.
Hopping around is one of the biggest issues I have with maintaining a reading speed because every time I have to choose a direction, it takes a longer amount of time than just picking up a direct sequel.
We're opposites.
It's so weird to think of you as indecisive, Kip. It really is. I don't think
Yeah.
of
I
you
mean,
that way.
I like to evaluate all of my options, and that takes a while.
Oh, Lord. What was that? There was that thing where they talk about having too many choices is actually bad for you.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Choice paralysis.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is that you, Kip?
That's absolutely me.
So next time Kip needs to pick a book, we just tell him exactly what he should read.
That's not how I work.
That doesn't work very well. If you recommend a book to Kip, he just hates it automatically.
Hi,
Yeah.
Tor.
Yeah, that's
Sorry, Many Color Land has been on hold for 2 years now.
Oh man. You should pick that up next.
And Ship of Magic is over there staring at me too.
Oh, Yeti wants you to read it. He does.
Yeah, I know.
He
He sent me the book. I think he wants me to read it.
he sent it to you? That's great.
Yep.
This is from Lady Sweden. If you could time travel, to when and where, and would it change if you were stuck there?
Yes, it would change if I was stuck there. No, I don't know where I would time travel to yet.
Hmm.
It
It
would change if I was stuck
depends.
there.
It depends how much I could prepare and what I could bring with me.
She didn't stipulate any of that, so you can make it whatever you want.
Ooh, because
That's
if I can prepare, then I would like to radically change history in certain ways.
Oh
No, dear.
Um,
I would like to radically change history mostly back to from whatever Kip does.
Go
yeah.
a book. The time traveling
No,
book with the
I
letters.
no. This
How
is
to
how you
Lose the
lose the
Time
time
War?
war.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a good one.
Good book. I'd probably go back to ancient Greece and make sure that Athens wins.
Okay.
Wait,
The
Would that-
Peloponnesian War or which
Athens
war?
wins everything.
okay.
That's why he's been playing so much Civ, is to prepare himself. When he takes up.
Exactly.
So if I was stuck, it would definitely change.
It's either that or Library of Alexandria.
And save
Oh.
it.
Yep.
Hmm.
So your
That's a
whole
good one.
point in going back in time is not to experience that time, but to change history.
Yeah, I mean, is there any other reason to go back to the past? Come
No,
on.
no, there really isn't. Because let's face it, we have it pretty easy right now.
Like the big problem is that in going back into the past, you are going to be going into a world where the hierarchy of needs for most of humanity is stuck on a much
Mhm.
lower step. And so there's all of those problems. And at a lot of points in history, there's going to be much worse racism, poverty, xenophobia, homophobia, all those sorts of
Not in
things.
Athens.
And
Right.
that makes the past. Are you kidding? In
No, the
Athens, I don't
homophobia
think
part.
they gave women the right to vote.
No, I'm
Like,
saying the homophobia part.
the homophobia part, sure, but like Athens was very much a city state of landed gentry who
Yes,
owned
it
their
was.
wives, and like definitely not any sort of ideal civilization. But if you can go back and change things, that might be one that I start out with just because of the homophobia thing. There were some fun philosophers and mathematicians and scientists around that time period, and I think we could make a like college work if I was able to bring back a whole bunch of like encyclopedic texts.
Is this Alexandria or Athens now? I'm confused.
Either one works.
We're gonna go with both for that option.
But no, I would hope that there's some part like in the future where things are better, but there's no predicting the future, so I can't give an answer about that.
Okay. Gives me more time to think.
I'll give my answer now. I would travel 30 years in the past to about when I was born and invest in all the right businesses at all the right times and hopefully do good like that. Not really have any other grand plans for time travel like Kipton does, though. So
See, I'm gonna get in on Bitcoin real early.
yeah, I would definitely like get in point and just ride the wave. Maybe I'd try and start NFTs like even earlier so that everybody's even more confused about them when the time hits. So
I'm gonna predict NFTs back in ancient Athens, and people will think I'm a genius.
I don't
I'm
think they'll
gonna say-
understand what it is.
No, but like
don't think
historians
anyone
nowadays
understands.
will look back on my work and be like, "Wow, he predicted digital computers."
But you
Yeah.
would have to ensure that your thoughts survive through the ages
Oh, he
I'm-
knows
as
where to put
well.
them. To
I mean,
hide
I
'em.
figure once I introduce penicillin, that won't be too hard.
Okay. I don't think I have a good answer for this.
I would not want to go back in time if I had to stay there because I like the time we're living in now. Is all I will say to that. And I don't know what you guys said while I was gone. Sorry. Hope it was
Yeah.
insightful.
I'm surprised no one said they'd go back to like 2018 with the Moderna vaccine.
Because I don't believe you could go back in time and change it. I don't think that's like a thing.
I
Mm.
mean, time travel is not really a thing, so
Yeah.
Well, technically, we're
depends.
all traveling
But-
through time.
But would you want to be stuck in 2018? I guess is the question.
No.
well, if I'm already vaccinated.
And
Panda, did you answer that one?
No.
If I had to stay there, it would be a recent trip.
Yeah.
I would definitely only go back a few years, and I'd make some key investments, and it'd be boring. But
Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
The boring
Yep.
answer.
But that's, I mean, really, if you had to go back in time and stay there, this is probably the best time to be in.
Well, is okay? This
You would not
it
sell
gets
your
too
Bitcoin.
it gets into too many details of the question, like how long is like the time? Is it the decade? Is it the year? Is it the day? Is it the minute? Like, you know? So I'm just gonna say right now, right here, I'll just go back like 1 minute before this and stay there forever, and I'll just chat with you three forever. There.
That's almost a punishment worse than death. Having to just we can't get through a single question without tangenting. I don't know how you'd live with it forever.
Oh my
Ooh,
lord.
what's
I
that
mean-
book? How to survive in a science fictional universe?
I'm reading that for bingo this year. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
that one talks about time
Okay, I
loops.
regret my answer already.
So
So
this is a book I might want to read. If you
How to live safely in a science fiction universe. Yeah.
can I do a buddy read with you, Chesky? As long as we do it after June.
Yes, we'll probably have to push it back because that's way away from me.
Oh, okay, that's fine because I have
Too many.
somebody gave me a lot of books to read, not anybody that I'm looking at right now
Oh,
in the chat.
she's definitely looking at you, Kipton.
so what's the next question?
Has a reread ever affected your opinion of a book?
I'd say usually a reread affects my opinion of a book.
Well, the first thing it affects is whether I think it's a good book. Like if it's not rereadable, it isn't a good book. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So if I can't enjoy it a second time, probably not a good book.
I find
There's
that
definitely-
most of my rereads are for make me like it more.
Hmm?
Most of my rereads, if I reread it, I like it more. Like my opinion grows of the book versus the first time. And it doesn't even have to be like a complicated book that I find new details in when I'm rereading it. Like obviously, like you read The Wheel of Time and like you reread it a second time and you pick up even more and more, and you're like, wow, it's even better because I know everything ahead of time.
Yeah.
But like even reading The Phantom Tollbooth just recently,
Oh no!
No, we lost Chesky.
He was getting to the good part.
I am so glad I'm not editing this.
We're back.
I'm back. Well, I gotta say with The Phantom Tollbooth, like I already know everything, and knowing everything doesn't change. Like there's no huge foreshadowing that I'm missing out on or details I'm missing, but rereading it just makes me remember it and like it more.
Yeah, I agree. I started my reread of Phantom Tollbooth recently, and I just love being back in that fun, whimsical wordplay world.
So
I
much
will say
work.
that sometimes when you read a book as a child or teenager or an early reader, let's say, and then you go back to it and you're like, oh, this might have been good at the time, like, but now that I look back on it and see it again with a more experienced, more context eyes, then not as good.
Yeah,
Like,
it
oh,
does
this is
happen.
kind of schlocky.
Yeah, but
And I didn't see the schlock the first time because I had no such experience.
I think that kind of depends on the type of book you're reading. Like if the
ew.
book aimed at a child and now you're reading it as an adult, it's not really meant for to be read as an adult with all those experiences. So it would come off as schlocky. But that's not to say a reread shouldn't change that. But like
So I'll say that one that my opinion changed on dramatically was Xenocide by Orson Scott Card. I used to really enjoy that book, and now I look back on it and I'm like, ooh, this is full of problems, like structural, deep problems. In case people aren't aware, Xenocide is a very long book for something where almost nothing happens.
People like that in a book, right? Some people like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I like Elie Modesett, and sometimes all his people do are make chairs for half of a book.
I'm trying to think of a specific example of this in my life.
what's the most recent book you reread?
Infinity Shore. I don't think that counts.
Did your opinion change of it when you were reading it the second time?
I was like, okay, I finally kind of know what's going on because there's too many things going on in that book. I'm trying to think. I think that my relationship to the Chronicles of Narnia has changed quite a bit the older I
In
get.
what way?
I see different things in it now. I mean, it's been I don't know, about 10 years since I've reread it, so this is like a deep cut for me. So I recognize more, last time I read it, I recognized more of the different mythologies that he was pulling from. And I think I found the allegory much more heavy-handed
Mm.
than when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I was like, oh, it's Jesus! Aslan is Jesus! And I felt like I had like discovered something super cool. But when you read it as an adult, it's really obvious that
Yeah.
Aslan is Jesus.
It's a very heavy-handed series, but
It's very heavy-handed. Um, he's not hiding the ball at all. So I would say that would probably be the book that was most affected, but I still love those books. I
Mm.
do love them.
Aslan is Jesus and Santa is Santa.
Santa is Santa.
Santa is Father Christmas.
He's not Satan though. He's Santa.
Okay, we're not gonna go there now. I think my most recent one would be Rogue Protocol from the Murderbot Diaries. The first time I read it, I was like, eh. But then upon reread and just getting to know Murderbot more, and also using the audiobook, I appreciated it more. And the discussion for our podcast, that was fun. And there was another book, Sunshine by Robin McKinley. I thought it was really good when I read it as a younger self, and I tried to reread it more recently, and I found the writing to be boring and kind of eh. So that was disappointing. But yeah.
There's definitely parts of Sanderson books that I recognize flaws in that I didn't see the first time.
Mm.
But that's partly because we discuss it here so much and other people have been so great at pointing out issues.
I mean, there is a point where you're nitpicking a book to death. You know what I mean? There's no perfect book. So let's not sometimes just
Sure.
lighten up.
But I like at one point when I was reading Sanderson, I definitely went through the moment of, oh my God, this guy makes fantastic, amazing books. And I didn't see a lot that was wrong at all. And part of that's because I read quickly and I don't really care if there's slow parts in a book. Like I don't notice them generally.
Mm.
And now I do. Now people have made me recognize slow parts of books and like, thanks, Drew.
Thanks for ruining reading for me, Drew. And
Hey,
also for making me read
he
a couple
does
books I
warn
really
people.
hated.
He does warn people that that's what happens when you start critically studying books.
Oh, he's also made me read books I don't like. Made me. whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I think that was
There's also-
voluntary.
Well, actually, I should say Lady Sweden made me read a book that he recommended. Poor Drew. He's also given me some really great recommendations, so I shouldn't be so hard on him. Which character would you swap from one book series and put into another to cause the most chaos or peace? If that's your thing. Solution.
Oh.
All right. This is one I wanted to think about earlier, and I'm glad I saw it earlier. I thought of this. This would be good. So I'm going to take Harry Dresden from his book series. I'm going to switch him with Alex Varys from his book series. So they're both wizards, right? But they're both very different kinds of wizards in very different kind of ways, right? Alex Varys is a divination wizard, see the future, but he's very like weak physically. Like his magic is not very offensive. Whereas Harry Dresden is very offensive based magic. You know, he can do his own defense, but the chaos that would ensue, I think Alex Varys would be able to help the Dresden verse fix a lot of their issues, and Harry would just steam plow over everybody on the evil wizards in the other book and just fix that wrong right there. So it'd be great. You don't like my answer, Brad, huh? Oh, you look like you were laughing at my answer.
I am laughing at your answer. The reason why I'm laughing is because you recommended the Alex Varys series on our first episode, and you recommended it as a Harry Dresden knockoff, like off-brand Harry Dresden. That's why I'm laughing at it.
They're both good, yeah, but it is.
I would replace replace Rand with Alex Varys.
I have not read Alex Varys yet, so I don't know.
Me neither.
That would
Haven't
be
read
funny.
any of this stuff.
Or Panda.
Well, what's your reasoning behind that, Kipton?
Because I think that the Wheel of Time, slight spoilers for Wheel of Time, I think it would be much more interesting with a physically powerless protagonist. And I think there would be a lot more communication that would end up happening.
For those of you who are listening, Panda during the spoilers took her headphones off her head.
Yes, I think it would result in a more team focused book series. I think that there would be more about leaning on people's strengths and interdependency.
So
and less about just fighting for supremacy.
I would take the disreputable dog and put it in Dresden Files, because I think that would be an excellent story.
Sure.
Instead of Mouse. Sorry. It's not
No, you can't get rid of Mouse.
Okay, well, Mouse can stay. The disreputable dog and the mouse can be buddies.
Great. Sounds great.
I thought I had to replace. If I don't have to replace, I'm keeping Mouse.
No, I just want to get rid of Rand. I don't like Rand.
Rand's obnoxious.
Isn't Rand like a main character?
Yeah,
some might say the main character.
Yeah, main character.
That's not encouraging for me to pick up those books.
Just so you know, Panda, they're both wrong. Don't worry.
I didn't say he is annoying. I'm not saying that he's also not annoying. Like, he's a good character. There's a lot of things going on with Rand. I don't think he's a bad character. He just could be annoying sometimes.
I think he could be significantly improved.
Again, just remember, Kipton is wrong, and
you could be significantly improved, Kipton.
That's wrong, Red.
Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna throw out my answer that I think swapping the Grinch from The Grinch Was Stole Christmas and the Lorax from the Lorax. It'll cause havoc in one book and then peace in the other. So there you go.
I think we answered this question correctly. Oh.
I don't know.
Right. Who knows? How about we do 2 more questions and be done?
Okay.
Sure.
If you could live in one sci-fi or fantasy world, which would it be?
The Culture. The Culture by Ian Banks. Easy answer. It's the only answer. Done.
Only answer if you've read it.
Only answer for me.
That is a tough one.
I would live probably in Beta Colony from the Vorkosigan saga, or at least live in that world. Not necessarily on Beta Colony.
Is it paradise?
No,
No.
it's
Okay.
not.
Hmm.
But they have really cool technology, and everybody lives to be like 150 years old. And
And they have the, what do you call it? The orb of unearthly delights.
right, and they have uterine replicators. I want my uterine replicators because you know what? Being pregnant sucks.
If I was picking from Vorkos again, which I'm not, I might take Athos.
Gee, I wonder why that is. Why would you pick that planet? Everybody's gay there, guys. Just so you know.
They're not all gay. They're just all men.
They're all okay.
There's monasteries of celibate brothers.
Who are all men
Yep.
and they're celibate, but they're also gay.
No, the whole point of the
I-
like
Kip, I'm giving you a bad time. I'm teasing. Okay, Panda, Chesky.
Esky, you
I
go
don't
first.
know. I just would live in our world with magic. So like in Dresden, like I think that would be pretty fun. It's very similar, but there is magic.
I think I have two answers. One would be like the world that Milo goes into in the Phantom Toe booth, but after certain things have been resolved. And then my other answer would be it would be really cool to go to the night circus and just experience all of that. The night circus by Aaron Morgenstern. So, yep.
Cool.
Last question.
Last question. If you could choose one superpower from the Malazan characters, which would it be? Or Airbender for me, because I've not read Malazan.
Yeah, okay.
That's from Cannon Fodder.
I'm going to be boring on this one and say that I would take healing. I would take Denal healing.
That's a good one. It is super, super handy.
Very powerful too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sure, maybe it's not like fire from the deep to incinerate a city, but be super useful in a hospital.
You would be everybody's friend.
It cracks me up how often you pick healing. It really does as a power. This is like the second time or third time.
It's an excellent power.
It's
No,
useful.
it is. It is. Anyway, never mind.
Well, Chesky would have to choose an Avatar one too because he hasn't read Aladdin.
Yeah, but I said I was going to pick the person who gets turned into a doll at the very beginning and just copy their power set because it's pretty okay to be able
He's
to
be Hairlock.
turn into a doll. So
really,
you're gonna be a doll.
I don't know. I only read like 50 to 100 pages, so I really don't know.
Is that a magic power? I mean, being a doll. That's a thing.
I mean, technically, that power is quick bends. So
I'll just take I'll take Hairlock's power because he seemed to have a lot of power even as a doll. So
correct,
okay.
But okay.
Sorry, well, I haven't read it, so I don't know.
I know. It's just very funny to those of us who have.
And apparently, I've made the wrong decision.
Well, I haven't. It's funny to people who haven't read it. I'm just trying to figure out why Chesky wants to be a doll. Like, this is a weird thing. And maybe
I
we
don't
need
want to
some
be a doll.
some counseling.
I just thought that from when I read it, it just seemed that was what happened. Like he used his powers, then he died, kind of got soul shunted to a doll, and then continued to have his powers and live. So I thought if I had to take his powers, the only one I've really seen that I would have to get shunted to the doll when I died was like a failsafe. But apparently that's not what happened. So.
Well, I don't know how much we can keep because it is partially spoilers.
I mean, what chapter of Malazan? Like,
I think it's like chapter 3 to 5. So I don't think it's that big of a
spoilers.
Okay, fine. I mean, if Kip is okay with it, then that's fine. He's the spoiler overlord.
minor spoilers for the first chapter or 3 of Gardens of the Moon, like you'll notice.
Oh man.
I would be an airbender because I want to fly. This is a thing. This is the only thing that I just want to fly.
I was thinking of something similar. It would be was it Warren of Cirque?
Cirque, yep.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, you know what? No. I know what I want. I want to be a Soul Taken.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And what would yours be?
I mean, obviously, dragon would be really cool.
Okay,
So,
that is the answer.
yeah. Yes. Mwahahaha.
What color?
Well, I mean, so far, I think there's only been black and red.
You're a panda. You can be whatever color you want. What color?
I
We're
would
gonna
be
go with black and
purple.
white.
Great.
I would be a purple dragon and secretly also a red panda. That's my answer.
Okay, that's lovely. Lovely answer. Are you okay, Jesse?
I'm hot.
Hot damn. Okay, so I guess this is the part where I wrap everything up. Thank you for listening to another episode of Green Team. Thanks to Craig for loaning us a little corner of his media empire, and consider supporting the Legendarium on Patreon. Join the discussion on Discord or Reddit. Links are found in thelegendarium.com. And thanks Horizon Brave for starting this all. Good night, everyone.
Bye bye.
Good night.
Goodbye.
I did that with one try. Haha. Turning off.
Oh shoot, I was muted. Darn it.
You were.
I'll just copy paste something in there then. I mean,
Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. That went off the rails quickly.
It did.